Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It's Championship Sunday here at the Memorial Championship, presented by Discraft. Vista del Camino has set the stage. Our back nine coming at you guys. We've got such a great battle. Not necessarily lighting the course on fire, but they are keeping it close at the same time. We see Isaac Robinson along with Cole Radalin on the chase card also performing well. They're trying to make a little bit of a push to keep things interesting, and I'm excited to see what's going to unfold as we head over to hole number 10, 651 feet, the par 4 that bends from left to right ever so gently. That sidewalk and rocks up on that right side are going to be out of bounds. Also, the sidewalk on the left is out of bounds, and rarely does it come into play, but of course, if you find the sidewalk or road deep, also out of bounds. Gannon Buhr on the tee. Gannon shooting 3 under in the front. That's exactly the same effort we saw by Barella, 3 under in the front. Hammes, 2 under. Gossage, just 1 under. And at no point have I felt like we've seen some major momentum. You know, everyone that has picked up a birdie or two has done so pretty quietly and not necessarily back-to-back or in any crazy fashion. So, looks to be anybody's game at the moment. Aaron Gossage, no surprise, we're going to see the big power forehand. Even though it clipped a branch, looks like it got pretty solid forward progress. See a headwind coming in here for Gannon. Gannon's going to use all of the time clock. Inside the circle, that's going to be a birdie look. Great skip flare. Going to put him also inside the circle. Here's Hammes. Truly making hole number 10 look easy. AB looks like he's going to have the most to contend with over here on this left side and doesn't quite get it to catch an edge or have enough power to skip up. So he's going to be left with a long birdie look. This is way deep in circle 2. So a frustrated Barella in threat of losing strokes to the rest of the card. AB is just trying to make sure it's going to be only a 1-stroke loss to the rest of the card. That's assuming we see a conversion here by Burr. We've got Hammes underneath the basket. And never a doubt for Burr from short range. With that, Burr goes to 35, which is where Anthony is. Hammes joins them at 35 and Gossage at 34. We start heading back now. Hole number 11 is 759 feet. We see that OB on the right side. There's actually a painted line, which somehow I missed. I thought it was just the rocks or the sidewalk that determined it, but they've painted a line. If you're going for the trick shot, of course you saw what Cupcake did in round number 3, throwing it right off the roof.
Just about to go too.
Just waiting on somebody to clear themselves from the fairway or left side of fairway. Smooth and steady. You can't ask for much more than that. Really didn't bring any out of bounds into play on the right or left side. And this is a very different approach than from what we're seeing from Hammes here. This is trying to hyzer back, and it skips off the sidewalk and then gets caught up by the rock. So that's going to remain out of bounds for Hammes. We're going to see trying to between a rock and a hard place. I don't know, but Hammes, OB. Gossage on a similar line, just a little tighter to the fairway, though, and that's going to check up nicely. He's going to be within 15 or 20 of where Burr is. And we often see a much higher spiking shot coming in from AB on this particular hole. See if it catches edge just right for it to sit down. And it does. Not much ground play there at all. Advantage to the rest of the card. AB is out in the center. Now we've got Hammes. Going to take it in 1 meter. Question is he in a position? It looks like he can get to the pin. But that was flirting with the OB on the right-hand side. So Hammes struggling on 11. Barella gets that one to sit, and he'll be in range for birdie. That's, I'd say, about 30, maybe 32 feet. Uphill, no danger with that putt. That's going to be deep. Now Hammes still on this high right side. You got to love the forehand angle coming in at this. We've already seen just how sticky the grass is up near the green. So you got to make sure that you play for exactly where you want it to land. You're not getting much ground play otherwise. And look at the gallery as it feels like it's maybe doubled or tripled in size just in the matter of the last hour. And these guys are here ready to put on a show. Not taking anything for granted. Gossage is going to pull to 35 under. On the previous hole, we saw AB giving up strokes to the rest of the card, and even more so here for Hammes as he's going to card the bogey on hole 11. AB's in for the par. Now we head over to hole number 12, 427 feet uphill at the very end. You have to get all the way past the gunite here. And there is a little bit of a ridge that you also have to get past. As you can see, there's the rocks, and then just past that is where you find safety. So not just getting to the top, you need to clear it by more than a couple feet. Burr immediately doesn't like it. Looks like he's pulled it off to the right a little too far. Still going to be about 13, 14 meters from the pin, but not exactly a fun putt, knowing that you're putting directly back toward the OB, and then the basket being elevated is going to make you put it up that much higher in the air.
Why do you do this to yourself, man?
I think Aaron talking about the stressor of throwing it so low. If I recall, he came up short in round 3. This time up and over without a problem. AB hits where the other two had landed, and that's going to be even more distance from the pin, but completely wide open. The other two probably have a little bit of obstacles to deal with. Some of those branches to possibly contend with. Hammes needs to bounce back after the bogey. This is just going to continue to fade the whole way, and it's going to be closest to the pin. And that is how you bounce back after a bogey. AB doesn't get it to connect, but it does give you guys a chance to use that hashtag in the comments. I think the chain tickler's returned. You got to appreciate the bid that's online, hits the pole from that distance from a knee, and of course stays in bounds. Gossage, similar putt. The light fist pump says it all. Gossage is going to move to 36 under. That's going to knot things up with Gannon Burr. No one lighting it up. Not enough to run away with anything here. Hammes trying to erase the bogey from the previous hole. And the putter is off. What a missed opportunity. So Gannon will tap in, as will Hammes, and they're going to have a long walk over to hole 13. A little frustration. Have some time to think about it as they head over to one of the least appealing par 3s that we find out here. 405 feet. Most of your big arms will go out and around these trees to the right. Some other players may go the line of the drone here, just trying to throw a beeline up the middle. However, if you've got the power, out and around in some capacity is usually the route you're going to see. Maybe some of you have checked the results already. You know what's going to happen. Maybe you don't. But if you're watching this in real time, as we see a huge mistake here by Gossage, he's out of bounds. If you are watching this blindly, put it in the comments who you think is going to pull this off. Keep in mind, Isaac Robinson, Cole Redolin, pushing from the chase card. Gossage, 36 under, likely a par save opportunity from where he's at. Can anyone else jump up and pick up a stroke or two, though, with a birdie?
Hey, we've been waiting.
Well, if you wait long enough, a lot of things are going to happen. I'll tell you that. Tornado could whip through. I don't know. Oh, that gets caught up by one of the Guardians on that hyzer line. So he's short. We'll have to see if that's in range to get aggressive. That's the real question. Yeah, this is a big spike coming in from AB. And he gets it to check up. Little flatter. That catches just the wrong edge. That could easily skip out of bounds to the left. But AB on the dance floor. Hammes struggling over the last two holes. Took the bogey on 11 and then missed the relatively short birdie opportunity on 12. What's in store here on 13? Oh, and he clears it. Hammes, CTP again. So Gannon's did push closer than I think I even realized initially. So he definitely has a look. This is only 11 meters or so. Not a bad angle. You'd probably need some kind of a skip or something or a bounce off to find the water if it misses, but he's not worried about that. I'm not sure if Gannon's old enough for the ain't nobody got time for that meme. But nonetheless, ain't nobody got time for a par when Gannon's putting and moved now to 37 under. He's 6 down for the round. Barella to answer. If you've been around the channel long enough, you know just how often I discuss the difficulty of this hole. It's usually right up there, just short of being as difficult as hole number 9 is. It's just somewhat rarely birdied. So to see 2 birdies already, Hammes now possibly lining up a third, is very impressive. And just that, Hammes. All birdies are good birdies, but this one's a bonus. Not many in the field are picking this one up. And with Gossage going OB directly behind the pin, he's got a very short tap in. There's essentially no doubt on saving the par. So the card will go 3 under on hole 13. I'm no stat mando, but I bet you that doesn't happen often. I just make up stats. You guys know that. We head to 14, 605 feet. Par 4. You've got some mandos on both sides of the fairways, trying to keep you pretty much going straight up the middle. Also trying to keep you away from the fairway over there on hole number 6. And then an OB wall just behind the basket. Center cut, no problems for Gannon Buhr. That looks great. Looks like our tree trim and service is getting outdone by AB there. That's a reference from our FPO coverage. Nice shot by Hammes. Center of the fairway. Coming into the later afternoon here. Trying to close things out. We got a lot of spectators off on the sidewalk on the right-hand side, taking in all the action. I'm glad you guys are here on the channel. It has been an unbelievable week. All the guys running around capturing the footage, also doing the late-night edits. A couple of people stepped in to help with commentary, both Gannon Buhr for his first time ever, along with Jamie Spencer. I appreciate them, along with our crew at First Light. Oh, and a great shot by AB that's going to go just deep. Dan, Robin, Boyd, the whole crew over there always taking great care of me. And in fact, I say it all the time. I keep coming back to Arizona because everyone treats me so well. I really appreciate all of you guys. I think that was when I plug it. I say like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. I'll get that in there now as well. Please. I'm actually pushing that 100K mark. I know it's behind a few of our premier channels in disc golf, but I've been splitting up my time with live, and this is one of the first events that we had done. So glad to be here at the Memorial. Overstable mid, fighting back. Some might say he's in the zone. I asked Gannon during round number 2 if that's a patented move yet, using that chalk bag. That's something that we've seen him really lean into in the last couple of years. I think he said his good friend Alden Harris owes him royalties every time he does it. That sounds legit to me. AB first to act on the green, sitting at 36 under, along with Gossage. 1 stroke down to Buhr. Keeping an eye on chase card. Isaac Robinson is up a few holes ahead at the moment. And Isaac also right around 35 or 36 under with a few holes left to play. We're going to see a star frame for our card, though. As expected, one of the easier holes on the course.
I'm Garrett Gurthey. People know me as Double G. I've been making double G craft jerky since I was 16 years old.
And while Wakona and I are driving, don't have time to stop and eat, so I always have her grab me a small bag of double G jerky.
You got smashed cracked pepper on Tuesday. Wednesday, you got the garlic.
Late in the round, you know, hole 14, you might need a little pick-me-up. Pull out some double G jerky.
Grab the big bag because you're gonna have to share.
You can find double G craft jerky at doublegjerky.com.
And there's always a backup on 15, this one. So that's why you'd grab your double G jerky and hang out, maybe watching a little hoops going down. I think they're balling on the court right next to the tee usually. We're here, 741 feet, this par 4. Seen some fireworks on this hole throughout the years, including a roller that turned into an eagle from Anthony Barella a few years back. Yes, he took a 2 here after making a huge putt on top of the massive roller he threw. Oh, and that pushes left and out of bounds for Burr. So big mistake here for Burr. AB going roller. And it gets past the Mando, but hits the tree, rolls onto the sidewalk, and actually goes back behind the Mando line on the other side of it.
I think it rolled out of bounds, but I think it rolled backwards behind the Mando.
But if it rolls backwards behind it, then it hits that plane. It crosses into that. Too deep in the rule book for me.
I don't know. We'll see when we get up there. Sorry, Adam. It's you. My bad.
Gossage giving the TED Talk and then has to stand down. And I'm joking when I say a TED Talk, but he's absolutely right. Talking about how the rule is played, it is definitely different from a Mando versus an out of bounds on this hole in where Anthony gets to take it from. So it is crucial that it gets called in the appropriate manner. And that's essentially what Gossage was attempting to get clarity on. Otherwise known as clarifying, as I almost spit that out. Gossage, center of the fairway, staying away from all the trouble and drama. Ham is quite demanding of the plastic. Gets around and then sits down exactly as requested. Prime spot for Gossage. He's going to take the high route. That'll give him a look for birdie. Gossage sitting at 37 along with Barella.
I'm gonna throw from back here.
So just a clarification there that he had gone out of bounds and is looking to pull it back on the line of OB to the basket. So that's why he's taking it from where he is. And this looks to be just around the tree, and he'll also have a look to save his par now. Bless you. AB goes to the drop zone. Should be an easy up and down. Gallery front and center here on 15. Sidewalk already essentially provides this beautiful arc around the basket. Gannon looking to fall back a stroke.
Basket, dude. Come on.
So after seeing a few other struggles, Gossage isn't able to convert on the birdie luck. Hammes to get to 37 under. Bang, bang. Nice work by Adam. That's 5 under on the round. Barela has this to save the par. I tell you could go out and buy a brand new Anthony Barela jersey, but rumor has it they already sold out. Fire, as I think the kids still say. And the bogey by Burr brings him to 37. Unbelievable. 4 guys at 37 under, and this just in, Isaac Robinson in the clubhouse also at 37 under. So with 3 holes left to play for our lead card, the chase has completed. Isaac's in the clubhouse at this point, currently tied with our entire lead card. And we saw the struggles here on 16 yesterday. I think we had 4 consecutive OB strokes that were dished out off the tee here on hole number 16. Let's see if they can make some corrections. But 4 guys plus Isaac Robinson all tied at 37 under. Great shot by Hammes. Perfect position. Up the hill. Inside the circle. Advantage Hammes. And that checks up and stays in bounds. How often do we see that leaking left side, gets a final skip, sometimes even just barely nudges over and finds Obi on the sidewalk. This time stays in bounds for Anthony.
Oh, dang, dude. Come on.
Frustrations by Gossage. Like Gannon was going to start the bike rally. Maybe a little race going on later. Those are not disc golfers, just regular park goers. Obviously a very, very busy park out here at Vista. Got to wonder how many out in that gallery and that crowd that's formed were just passerbyers that wanted to see what was happening. And Gannon plays it off the back. A little bit of a backstop there on the tree. That's going to give him a look for birdie. Gossage way back, just trying to get it next to the pin. Off the rim. Ultimately, a nasty rollaway that still stays in bounds, so it could have been worse, but the roller coaster of emotions watching that come in to hit the basket, to then just begging for it to stay in. Gossage has work to do to save the par. Barela for birdie. Can he pull into the outright lead, at least for the moment? And the roller checks up for Barela. He's at least the same distance to save the par now. What are we seeing? Unreal. Barella buries it to save the par. Now Gossage still around circle's edge. This is for him to save the par. Remember, Burr has a look for birdie, as does Hammes. Gossage answers. Huge opportunity for Gannon Burr. This could get him to 38 under and the outright lead. He's big putted twice. That's going to be a tap in for Burr. Now, Hammes. Can he be the outright leader? The birdie look uphill inside the circle. And it sits. Unbelievable opportunities for Burr and Hammes. They don't take advantage of them and will remain tied. A 5-way tie. All four on the lead card. Plus Isaac Robinson in the clubhouse watching hole 17. My heart is racing as they have the very short and easy 243-footer downhill, often played with a forehand, usually even a mid-range forehand. If it's a backhand, often a putter, sometimes a mid-range. Hammes lining up the standstill forehand. Can he ring it up? They're calling for it. Hammes gives it a chance. AB's tracking and sticks the landing. Barella will have a tap in birdie guaranteed. Our bikers are sticking around. They want the action. Now they got a even closer front row seat to it. Gossage sees 2 inbounds. Can he make it 3? Oh, and he just misses the basket. It stops. Gossage should have a tap-in birdie. All pressure squarely applied back to Gannon. He's got his 3 closest competitors all in the circle. He needs to answer. Oh, and it checks up, and that's going to be inbounds. Gannon Burr that close to going out of bounds and having to go to the drop zone instead. He's going to be looking for a birdie. Hammes, first to act. His birdie look on 16 was right side chain. This one downhill on 17, left side chain. And Adam Hammes realizing he has 4 competitors that are all... Oh, wow. Cans that. He has 4 other competitors that are all right next to him, but he needed to make a move there. He's going to remain at 37. His card mates are not looking to do the same. little quicker routine as we see Burr put in. He goes to 38. Gossage hasn't exactly been deadly with his putter this round, so he's not taking anything for granted. But the slam dunk, no problems for Barela, and we have 3 competitors heading into our final hole at 38 under, the island green. Adam Hammes realizing as he's standing on the tee that he couldn't let that one slip past him. As we roll over to hole 18, 290 feet. If you land anywhere out of bounds on this hole, you go to a drop zone, and it's essentially a guaranteed bogey. It's too far away. It has the low ceiling. Outside of a throw-in, you're looking at a bogey. So you have to find the green and stay on it to be in bounds. Big shot. Does it check up? It curls, and Barela sticks it on the green. He can relax for a moment. Now it's just a matter of what will his card mates do? Can they answer? That last shot by Barela almost secures that we won't see or hear from Isaac Robinson anymore because he's at 37. And yes, the answer by Gossage. You see Barela right next to the pin. Burr let the birdie slip by him. Back on 16. Him and Hammes both had a chance to pull out in front. They didn't capitalize. Now Burr on 18 needs to put this on the green. Burr, safe on 18. And with 3 safe shots, 1 behind the rest of them, Hammes has to be thinking about the ace. That is really his only hope at this point. Hammes hunting for an ace. Short and out of bounds. Hammes and his run here at the Memorial Championship is going to come to an end here as he's going to pitch up. That will be the, as I said, essentially a guaranteed bogey or worse. Hammes will have that left for his bogey. Gossage will need this putt to be part of a playoff. He has 2 others right next to the basket. A matter of who's going to join him is another question, but he'll need this. Clutches up. Aaron Gossage to 39 under. Adam has to feel let down, a little bit dejected and frustrated. Yes, it's early in the season, and this by no means defines at all what will happen here in 2023, but the great battle by Hammes. He opened the tournament with the hottest round at 16 under at the Fountain, followed it back up with a 13, but his tournament comes to an end, and Gannon Buhr moving into a playoff, and it looks like he'll be joined by Arizona's own Anthony Barela. A 3-way playoff as we'll get the scores official. We'll shop at thediscgolfguy.com.
All right.
They'll be ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got extra extra hole. So our playoff format is sudden death. We're going to play 1, 2, 16, 17, 18 until we have decided a winner. So go ahead, guys. Let's head over to hole 1 and we'll get ready for some extra.
And our tournament director, Keith Murray, calling it. Now he's going to jump on the mic and announce Anthony Barella is to go first. They're going off the teeing order that they had from the previous hole. One could argue that it would go by possibly who had the hottest round. Regardless, we're going to see Anthony Barella on the tee. Sudden death, playoff. And AB circles edge. Not exactly a pressure-packed throw there. It's going to leave a little room for opportunities here. And Eric Gossage has been in playoffs before. Of course, the 2022 World Championships, where he fell short to Paul Macbeth on the first playoff hole. Who doesn't want to start a playoff by hearing the ice cream truck in the background? Burr at least needs to respond to Gannon's shot. We'll see what AB can do as well. And just skipping past AB's, that's going to be a drop-in birdie for Gannon Burr. All pressure back on the other two competitors. Barella from Circle's Edge, and if he wants to extend and be part of the playoff that looks to carry on, he's going to need to make this putt. Right side chain and in for Barella. That's a birdie. First playoff hole. He's moving on. Gossage even closer than he was back on 18. The same distance we saw him on 17. Goes through the motion, solid center chain. No doubt he'll be moving on. And of course, Gannon Burr with the tap-in birdie. And we're going to a second hole of our sudden death playoffs. AB goes big. Barella deep of the basket on hole number 2. Actually outside of the circle with that hyzer. Barella does have an open putt. No obstruction. Now time for Aaron Gossage to answer. That doesn't look like he flipped it over enough. That's tracking right side. We talk about very little space to throw over on that right side. Just a low ceiling, usually somewhat of a tunnel. So Aaron Gossage in terrible position here on 2. Does Burr get over on the forehand? It looks like he does. And catches edge and skips up. Burr closest to the pin. Again, applying pressure to the other 2. Burr is closest. And Aaron Gossage is going to realize it in a moment when he gets to his lie that there's going to be no laying up here on hole number 2 of this playoff. We saw him draw metal back on 16. Can he bury this one? He's going to need it. Oh, and a solid bid, but catches a low-hanging limb. Gossage thinking he is no longer looking at a chance to win this 2023 Memorial Championship. Gannon left with a short putt, so AB needs to put on the pressure. From circle 2, AB. And 2 inches low. Barella short for the birdie look. And that's going to leave Gannon and Gossage actually having a brief conversation as to whether Gossage should go or not. Gannon steps up, and from just a few paces is crowned champion at the Memorial Championship presented by Discraft. Aaron Gossage comes over to congratulate him. AB is going to do the same. What a battle. I'm going to catch up with him. Unbelievable, guys. My heart's racing. This was so awesome to bring you this action this week. Gannon Burr, your champion. Like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. Thank you so much for watching. It's been one heck of a week, and thank you to my crew for making it happen as Hamas also comes over, gives the props. I catch up with our champion now.
I'm the Disc Golf Guy, and that was my video blog. Gannon, first time ever on coverage. You think that's what led you to this victory?
Yeah, that was crazy, man. I just can't believe the whole weekend and the amazing comeback I had. I was down to 10 strokes after round 2 and was able to win a 2-hole playoff. It's some of the best golf I've played, and it felt so good to win in a playoff and just clutch up in those moments you need to, especially parking hole 1 and hole 2 for the playoff. Not having to putt takes so much pressure off me and puts pressure on my competitor. Huge shout out to all the people on my card. Isaac made a push from Chase card. Obviously AB, Aaron Gossage, and Hamas was right up there for pretty much the whole entire time. It was a super exciting round for everyone, and hopefully it was a show for everyone, and hopefully they enjoyed it.
Well, of course, I was just kidding about how you had stepped in on the commentary, which received nothing but accolades. Now, where do you get so much of that wisdom from that you can bring not only to the commentary, but also out here to the course at such a young age?
Yeah, I'm just a fan of the game still, and the second I get into Alden's van right now, I'm probably gonna start watching some more disc golf videos just for fun. And I watch a lot of just coverage, Jomez, any type of production that comes out, fun videos, and I just study the game a lot and know form, and I think that all kind of translates to me also knowing what to kind of say, in terms of what shots people are throwing and getting the viewers, letting them know like why people might make a decision and how it helps them.
It's a very special list of people that have won at the Memorial, especially in this kind of a dramatic fashion. What does it mean for you to take this down? Although we're not seeing it on a pro tour or a national tour, what does it mean for you to take this down?
Yeah, this is a huge event, and shout out just to everyone at the Memorial that helped out, volunteers and everything. I saw the payout; it's incredible. I really hope more people come to this event because first time here, and it's one of my favorite. A lot of fans out here; it's great to see. This course, you know, I know it can maybe get some hate to it, but I think it really results in exciting disc golf, which is what the fans want to see, and you know, challenges us the whole way and really put pressure on everyone. So yeah, I just want to thank everyone that came out and helped, all the spectators, Alden, Isaac, Gavin. Gavin caddied for me the first 3 rounds of the tournament. My friend Jacob for caddying me the final round. He's a bit taller than I am, but you know, yeah, just thank everyone, and thanks for covering the tournament. That means a lot to me, just to have my coverage out there.
All right, everyone. I can't say it even better than that. Gannon Buhr, your champion in dramatic fashion here at the 2023 Memorial Championship presented by Discraft. Thanks for watching.